Hey guys, and welcome to this video about John Wick Chapter 4. So John Wick 4 breaks box office franchise record as it sells past $400 million. John Wick Chapter 4 has broken franchise record by becoming the first film in the series to gross over $400 million at the box office worldwide. Yeah, this is great, guys. This is really good news for the John Wick universe. Obviously, the first movie, second movie, third movie, they've all had an upward trajectory in their box office. They've all increasingly made more money as each film's gone along. Word of mouth has spread, people are more excited about each movie as it comes out. The audience is only growing bigger and bigger for every movie in the franchise that's come out, which is fantastic news because they're really great films. John Wick Chapter 4 has broken a franchise record, becoming the first movie in the series to earn over $400 million at the box office. The action film sees Keanu Reeves return to the titular John Wick as he makes one last bid for freedom from the high table. John Wick Chapter 4 has been praised for its high-octane action and bringing the franchise to what could be a fitting end. Yeah, the action in this movie, guys, is just non-stop from start to finish. And you would think, by the time you hit the fourth movie, and I think it's nearly like 3 hours long, it's like 2.5 hours long, you would think that people would start to get sick of the trope of, the gun fu, as they call it. But they managed to keep it fresh. Like, the scenes, the weapons, the camera angles, the scenes, the depth, the lore, like everything in combination just keeps the franchise fresh. And I think people just want more and more, According to Lionsgate PR team Elza and Associates, John Wick Chapter 4 has sold past $400 million at the box office worldwide, becoming the first film in the franchise to cross such a milestone. These numbers include roughly $226 million in overseas earnings from 86 international box offices. As writing, John Wick Chapter 4 is the highest grossing film in the franchise. Why was John Wick Chapter 4 the franchise highest earner? I think it had the three previous films, which had done amazingly well critic-wise. People really loved those movies. But it's not only that; it's the lore they've set up. The Continental, this assassin world, exchanging these coins for different favors within the movie. These different factions you have within the assassin world. Everything that they've set up, they've just built on the lore. Every film that's come out, they've built on top of the lore, and it's the depth and the intrigue behind it is just, I think, what just kind of captured people. It adds to the violence. If you didn't have any of that backstory or the lore, it would just be mindless violence on screen that we've seen before in 100 films. But they've managed to take this franchise and make it something unique and special. John Wick Chapter 4's long-term success was evident from its massive $73.8 million domestic opening weekend, while also grossing $64 million outside the US and Canada. Since then, the movie has continued to perform well at the box office. While films like Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, and the Super Mario Bros. Have ousted John Wick Chapter 4 from the top spot, the movie is still a massive success for the franchise. Yeah, I mean, that's all these executives are looking for. When you put out subsequent movies within a franchise, all you can ask for is that the box office trajectory just keeps going up. If it keeps going up, that means word of mouth is good, people like the films, they want to see more. It just means that it's a healthy franchise, and that's exactly what they're looking for. And it couldn't happen to a better franchise. The John Wick franchise is phenomenal. Much of the promotional material for John Wick Chapter 4 hints at this being the end of John Wick's violent journey in the world of assassins. The movie also boasts a massive runtime of 2 hours and 49 minutes. Yeah, you'd think that the people would get, bored for nearly a 3-hour runtime of him just running around shooting people. But they managed to keep it fresh. And that's why people don't get bored of it. And that's why people just constantly want to see more. Most of which is filled with the creative action sequences. Because of these factors, it's unsurprising that many would want to see John Wick's 4 explosive conclusion on the big screen. Absolutely, guys. The funny thing is, it's like, I saw the movie, and then I couldn't wait just to come home and then go on YouTube. And, even though I just watched the fourth movie, I came straight home and I went on YouTube, and all I did was watch scenes from the previous 3 movies. It's like, I couldn't get enough. I just wanted to go back and watch all the three previous movies, like all the best scenes from the other movies. That's just how good it is, The success of John Wick Chapter 4 also bodes well for many John Wick spin-off projects currently in production. This includes The Continental, a prequel miniseries set to premiere in September 2023, and the Ana de Armas-led Ballerina is slated to come out in June of 2024. Because of how well it's done at the box office, John Wick Chapter 4 may usher in just as much success for the upcoming entries in the franchise. Yeah, so we've got Ballerina. That's where, I think part of the lore was when John Wick was growing up, they had a ballerina class or something. Obviously, learning that kind of skill, you're going to be learning to be good on your feet, quick reflexes, all that kind of stuff. and then you've got the Continental series. The Continental, for those of you who aren't sure, the Continental is basically a chain of hotels within this assassin world, where assassins can go and stay at the Continental, and they're not allowed to attack each other. Under the laws of the Continental, assassins cannot target each other when they're inside the Continental. And also, you can, like, at the Continental, you can, get new weapons, and it's kind of like a safe house, basically. So running that as a TV show, I think, would be super interesting. Yeah. So let's go over and have a look at the box office. The box office totals for the all four films, and let's have a look at their budgets and how much they each made, and we can have a look at the trajectory that's going on within the movies. So we'll just jump over there now, guys. So guys, we're on thenumbers.com. This is a really great resource if you're interested in movie finances, budgets, box office totals, anything like that to do with financials of Hollywood. Just go on thenumbers.com. Fantastic resource. But anyway, so looking at here, we can see John Wick Chapter 1. It was on a $30 million budget. It made $75 million. John Wick Chapter 2, that went up by $10 million. So they were obviously happy with the first one. They thought they would increase Chapter 2 by $10 million. That's a little bit more faith in the second one. They want to add a little bit more budget to it. So the second movie was $40 million budget, but then their box office total went up to $171 million. So it almost added an extra $100 million to its box office total. That's a really good jump from the first to the second movie. Then we've got John Wick Chapter 3. That was also on the same budget as the second one, $40 million. But that made $327 million at the box office. So that nearly doubled the second movie, which is fantastic. The second one came out and people just loved it. And then obviously everybody flocked to see the third one, almost doubled the box office from the second one. Then we've got John Wick Chapter 4. The budget went from $40 million on the third one up to $100 million. So they added an extra $60 million for John Wick Chapter 4. $100 million budget. And it made, as of now, it's made $402 million. So you can see these trajectory here, guys, with the box office going from $75 million to 171, then up to 327, then up to 402. So that's what a healthy franchise looks like, and it's well deserved because every film comes out, they make it fresh, they make it unique and interesting, they add to the lore, and let's call it what it is. The violence is cool. It's great. Watching John Wick run around with different weapons and just, going ham on people, it's great. But you throw in the lore as well, just makes it 10 times better. But yeah, guys, what do you think of this news about John Wick Chapter 4 making the most money in the franchise? Beating the record of the John Wick franchise. Did you see John Wick Chapter 4? What did you think of it? Did you get bored of the violence, or do you want more? Are you looking forward to the spin-off movie and the spin-off show that they've got coming? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.